In this extreme weather outlook, I'm going to be focusing on the cold fronts that are rolling through the southeast. Now, we've already had two. We have a few more to go, and each one of these is bringing heavy showers to coastal areas. Blustery cold winds and the culmination of these cold fronts is going to be resulting in widespread low-level snow in parts of the southeast. We'll look at Thursday, though, where we have a cold front that's going to be ramping up and moving into South Australia during the afternoon. Now, this cold front, compared to the one that hit on Wednesday morning, is more powerful. The winds are stronger with it. In fact, we're going to be seeing gale-force winds across parts of Spencer Gulf, Gulf St. Vincent, and around parts of the southeast coast there. That can result in gusts in excess of 90 kilometers an hour, again, mostly to the coast. And the usual culprits, such as Kangaroo Island and southern York Peninsula, will be copying the worst of those gusts. But ahead of it, it'll also be quite windy, much like, again, what we saw on Wednesday. The rain and showers with it will also be quite significant. We could see pockets of flash flooding as well as organized thunderstorms during Thursday afternoon as this cold front rolls into southeast South Australia. Now, showers will be happening ahead of it, but they'll be ramping up as the cold front passes through, and they'll continue in its wake. Note that Thursday afternoon, you can see that area of heavy precipitation extending right across the coast of South Australia, and then during the afternoon and evening, we see a band of rain and showers moving into western parts of Victoria. Most of New South Wales, though, remaining dry on Thursday, as you can see, including the far southeast there. Thursday now into Friday, that cold front rolls over the southeast, bringing heavy showers at times to Victoria and also Tasmania. We get another one coming through on Friday. This one's more of a surface trough, but it has some properties of a cold front. Namely, we're going to be seeing a swing in wind direction. It's going to be bringing colder air, and it's also going to be bringing a burst in showers. And you can see that change in wind direction. We got south to southwesterlies, and ahead of it, we have this westerly flow streaming across the Bass Strait. And this, again, is going to be associated with the big low-pressure system just further to the south. Okay, we're going from Friday now and into Saturday, but we continue to see this surge of southwesterly air. Now, that southwesterly air is what's the coldest air. And by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, we're going to be seeing very cold temperatures, potentially the coldest that we've seen in years for some parts of the southeast. Okay, let's take a look at that rainfall over the next 4 days. It's very apparent to me that the heaviest rain is going to be on the coast or the ranges of Victoria. Noticing western parts of Tasmania could pick up 50 to 100 millimeters, and parts of also far southwest coast, including the Warrnambool and Cape Otway region, could also pick up that 50 to 100 millimeters of precipitation. Otherwise, inland areas north of the Great Dividing Range, probably less than 5 millimeters, all up with these cold fronts. But I talked about the snow, and I want to bring it up again. Now, snow is going to be falling nearly continuously from Thursday afternoon, but as we get into Friday and Saturday, that's when we start getting very heavy snow, and that snow line dropping to 1,000 meters at times. But then the real cold air surges through Saturday into Sunday, and watch what happens to the snow forecast on screen. Notice that a lot of areas start getting the chance of snowfall. Now, unfortunately, this is kind of a low-resolution model, so what it does is it kind of averages in between 2 points. That's why it looks like Melbourne here is getting snow. I wouldn't worry about that. It's more hinting that places like the Grampians and the Central Ranges could be getting snow. But in New South Wales during Sunday morning, we could see that snow line drop to 600 to 700 meters. Take somewhere like Canberra, for instance. Canberra floats between 500 to 600 meters above sea level. That means you could be getting snow there. Other parts of the southern tablelands, Goulburn, for instance, you're in that range as well. You could be getting that snowfall. And of course, the central tablelands, Orange, well over 800 meters above sea level. And that, to me, does look like we could see some fairly heavy snow on parts of the central tablelands. So just a heads up there. Also, those temperatures are going to be fairly low. Potentially the coldest daytime temperatures we've seen in 2 years or more. About 9 degrees for places on the northern tablelands as a maximum temperature. That is very chilly. Okay, one more thing I want to touch on. It's what's happening in the west. Now, while we're watching these cold fronts hit the southeast, we have one big one on the way for the west coast. On Sunday, we're going to see a fairly mild day with those northerly winds. They'll be quite gusty, though, and that could actually elevate fire danger, particularly in parts of the lower southeast over here. But then, during the afternoon and evening, we start to see cloud increasing, and then we start to see what looks to be another front linking up with tropical moisture. Now, I say those two things in conjunction because it's important. Notice how we have that rain streaming down from the north and then making its way to the south. This could be some fairly heavy rain, akin to the front that hit about a week ago now, when we saw totals in excess of 30 millimeters there. That's what we're looking at now. Now, the rain forecast is kind of all over the place, but anywhere you see on screen could get quite wet, particularly around the coast from about Lancelin down to the southwest Capes, where it's looking like we could see widespread totals between 50 to 30 millimeters.